Oh. Do it again. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our team call tonight, Team Mini Champions. We stand in the gap for others. We inspire healthy living around the world. And we're going to do it this year and moving forward with more people, more places, and more often. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Awesome. Okay, so y'all need to introduce yourselves real quick. We're just adding people. We're adding tens of people as the seconds tick away. And we're recording tonight primarily because Moi has an issue with going live on Facebook. We'll fix that before next week. But anyway, introduce yourselves and where are you zooming in from? 1 more minute. Go.
Nancy Hamill,
Orlando.
Nice.
City.
Serrana Irvin from Edinburgh, Virginia.
Awesome.
Jeanette Wilson,
Armstrong from
Kansas.
Ashlyn Armstrong from Perryville, Missouri.
Welcome. Anybody else? Okay.
Joseph Lucian, Woodbury, New Jersey.
I was waiting for you, Joseph. Awesome. Anybody else? All right, we're going to get started. If you want to mute yourselves, I know a couple of you are going to talk later. Just be sure to unmute yourself when you're ready to go. This is our team training for the month, and we're pretty stoked about it, to use Sean Hopkins' words from the last conference. And the word he used a lot this time was jolt. So we hope that you can use some of these tools and teachings and trainings to jolt your business in a good way, of course. So the first thing we want to talk about is ATM. And I want to know if somebody wants to unmute themselves and tell us what ATM stands for real quick.
Add message.
Excellent. Okay. So back in the day when I started, and still today, when you invite people somewhere, you would call them, you would send them an invite, then you'd call them again to remind them, and then you'd call them again after the event. Now we text people. So you text people, and then you send them an invitation, and then you text them, and then you follow up. So we are so blessed in this season of life that now Facebook and online activity is really a activity. You can build your business all the way to National Marketing Director online. And a system that's used online is add, tag, and message. And we have several communities we do this in. We do this in a prospect customer group. We do it in our team group, Team Mini Champions, which is where I'll post this video. And then we have a new opportunity to join sideline NMDs, 11 other NMD groups. And social proof is an incredible thing online. It's an incredible thing at conference. Anybody agree when you go to conference and you see 4,000, 2,000, 100 people at your team party? It's like social proof. It's like 100 times better than third-party validation. Well, the same thing happens online. And in this particular group called Dream Builders, it is an add, tag, and message opportunity for you to add people that are taking a look at our opportunity, our business opportunity. So it's an elevation of what we've got. So now we're in 3 places in communities online with social media, and it is an A activity. I used to think it was just fooling around, and it can be just fooling around, like talking on the phone to your friends or just texting your friends. And that's always fun. But if with focused intention, like you're going to watch on this video, you'll see how it's different. Leah, did you have anything else you wanted to add? And I need to make you a co-host while you're talking.
Well, I honestly think you covered it. And since we are going to screen share, they're going to cover the rest of it and tell you a little bit more about that page. What I do want to say is, for those of you who maybe already had a chance to watch this, like myself, make sure you stay engaged, because you're going to learn even more the second time around. I would even encourage you to watch it a third time on your own time. And if you haven't watched this before, it's going to be really, really eye-opening. So I actually would really encourage you, if you're in a place where you can take notes, you're going to want to. All right. So if I'm good, Mary.
You are, babe.
All right. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. let's do this.
She interrupts me every time we do a Zoom. In the chat button, if you don't mind. I'm based here in the Dallas, Texas area. We are going to bring this exciting new revolutionary topic, system, process, strategy to your front doorstep. We are now November 1st, 2021, and this is going to be something that is going to be epic for your 2022 business. Yes, I see Team Haven. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Give me a second. This scares me. You can do this. Thank you, Jen. Moral support. Okay, now someone tell me how I shipped it. Help.
At the very bottom, there's a little thing that looks like a wine glass, a cup with a little pedestal at the bottom of it. It's to the right. You click on that. There you go.
Oh, you said wine glass, and I knew where to go.
I'm not drinking, but that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go. I am not talking ATM like you pull up to a car and you put your card in and you get out money. Although I will say the ATM can lead you to a MBA, massive bank account. That is a acronym that I want to stress. Now I realize that not many of our motivation is to make money in this business, but I'm going to be candid. I'm going to ask you the question. Would you like to see your paycheck increase? Show of hands. Would you like to see your team members' paycheck increase? And that to me is what I call duplication. So we're going to talk tonight about a revolutionary method, how to build your Juice Plus online, leveraging the power of social media. Okay. This is my crew. All right. I celebrated my 9th Juice Plus anniversary this past October. And I want you guys to hear me when I tell you this. When I first started my business, my upline is the amazing Terry Luongo. All right. She closed Pajama Regional. You guys know who she is. I am beyond blessed to have her. And how I entered this business is because she picked up the phone and called me. Oh, epic, right? I joined the business because she invited me to a live event. Those are two integral pieces of our business process and system, the phone call and the live event. And I will tell you, our team built the way to NMD in 3 years by doing a ton of live events. It is, I love getting together with people. I love being in the company and presence of people. But I will tell you what was happening is while our group was building to NMD, I wasn't seeing it duplicating down within the ranks. And I was putting out a lot of time and energy. Monday night team calls, an event on Tuesday night, an event on Wednesday night, a live event on Thursday, maybe something on the weekend like a salad party. And I will be transparent with you guys. It was incredibly challenging. Here I was telling people, you are going to do this business so that you're going to have time freedom. You are going to do this business so that you can spend more time with the people you love and doing the things. And I was working so hard. My team was working so hard to try to get to this next massive rank. And I was exhausted. And I felt like a bad mom. Because there were many nights where I was putting my children to bed and I was hurrying them. Hurry, get to bed, I got to get on a Zoom. How many of you have felt that way before? How many of you guys have been, yeah, and it's okay to admit it. And hear me when I tell you, building a network marketing business is hard work. And if anybody else tells you differently, they're not telling you the truth. But with the evolution of technology, with the evolution of social media, did you know, here's some interesting facts, that if somebody receives a text message from someone they love or a product or service they like, there's a 98% click and open rate. 98%. So as I'm beginning to recognize maybe, just maybe, there is a better way, what is that way? I still love live events. And let me tell you this, if you are growing your business, and you are doing it and enjoying it, keep doing what you're doing. But I was at a point where I knew that life didn't have to be or. meaning I needed to build this business or I had to choose my family. I needed to build this business or I couldn't enjoy my social hour. And what I landed upon, what my team landed upon was a concept. We didn't want the or life. We wanted the both and. And so I knew in my heart, man, I would rather build this business massively, have my team members build this business massively in my sweatpants, in my home, as opposed to driving all over Timbuktu and missing out on the things that were important to me. If any of this resonates with you, if you ever felt guilty or bad, drop it in the comments. Now, hear me when I tell you, I love and I can't wait to do more live events. But back in March of 2020, our team, Jennifer Grubb, Laura Kilpatrick, Abby Nowlin, Kelly Ballard, and I got to give them a huge shout out and props. We landed on a concept that some of you know, some of you already do, but it was new to us, and it's called ATM. And ATM stands for add, tag, and message. This is an online system. And systems, the acronym is save yourself time, energy, and money. If you are in a business, having a system means you take your business seriously. And we have great systems in place now, but I wanted to modernize. I wanted to elevate. I wanted to scale. I wanted to generate more leads. I wanted to transition more sales. I wanted to go bigger and faster than I was currently going. And more importantly, I wanted that for my team. So ATM, add, tag, message. This is the system that collectively your NMD group wants you to know, wants you to get comfortable, and we're going to show you tonight what it is, how it works, how it benefits you, and some tips to get you started. So what is it? Let me put this proposition out there to you. How many times have you posted something online and somebody about Juice Plus and they've responded to you? And you've said to yourself, oh my gosh, what video do I send them? What email? It's taken you 2 hours to put something together. You can't find the video that you want, scenario one. Or two, you're out in conversation with somebody and they say, well, what's this Juice Plus thing you're doing? And you're like, you verbal vomit Juice Plus all over them. And then you stretch to think what tool you need to send them because you don't really know much about them. Do you see the holes and the hiccups that you start to have in your process? How about this? Somebody's interested and you want to get them on a 3-way call with your upline, but it takes 10 years to nail down the date to get the 3-way call. You're back and forth. Or how about you've been ghosted online? So the process becomes so elongated and becomes so inefficient that you lose the lead. So here's what this is. ATM, interested person, it is a sales funnel. It is a private online Facebook group that we've started, and we're going to show it to you tonight, that you add people to it with their permission. You tag them in a couple of different videos that are already built into this funnel, and then you message them to let them know that you've done that, and you start a 3 or 4-way or more messenger group. So simple, add, tag, message. So how does the ATM system work? Just like I had said before, and I believe in repeating.
You're gonna get that on my chair.
Thing.
You're getting that on my chair.
The cool part about this is that you want to get their permission. You want to make sure that the goal here is not to sell them on Juice Plus right away. The goal is not to spam them or hey girl message. The idea is you just want to get them to a place to accept the invitation. That's your goal. And think about this. It's like you were sending out an Evite for your child's birthday party. It's that casual. It's that easy. The more you invite, the higher probability people will come. Your goal is to attract as many people who are open to what you had to offer. And we're going to talk specifically about the business. So what are the benefits for you as a representative adopting this system, online system? Well, the benefits actually solve all of the common objections that you typically face. How many of you at one point have said, I don't want to be pushy, spammy, or salesy? Or you brought in a new team member and they're like, I don't want to sell to my friends. Perfect. Because this whole process, whoops, I just wanted to show my family picture again. This whole process is not about you selling to people. This is about you sorting. This is about you going through your warm market, your leads, to determine who's really interested or not. If they're interested, awesome. If they're not interested, awesome. You're not married to that outcome, but we're trying to sort down to the place where people are going to say, yeah, let's come take a look at your community. So number one, it takes the pressure off of you feeling like you need to sell anything. How many of you, show of hands, I can't see all of you, how many of you would enjoy that level of conversation where you're not selling, you're just saying, hey, I thought of you. I know that you talked about this. Would you want to just join this online healthy living community? Or would you like to take a look at this incredible community about women who are empowering residual income, right? So you're just looking to sort. Number two, how many times have you had someone on your team say, well, I can't really start because I want to learn everything about this business. I want to learn everything about the comp plan. You guys, I don't know everything about the comp plan. I'm still learning, okay? Especially with the changes. But this ATM process is so great because you are not the expert and you don't have to talk. The tool is not you. You're not the tool. The tool is the page. And finally, the cool part about it, it works if you do, meaning it's efficient. If you are a full-time professional outside of the home and you want this Juice Plus business to work, but are scrambling to make ends meet, you can be an ATM boss on 30 minutes a day. And hear me when I tell you, you still have to work. You know, there are nuances to the ATM process. You still have to commit to it. But I'll tell you what, I'd rather work from my phone in 30-minute increments in my sweatpants than having to try to figure out how many people I'm supposed to call and run all over town. It just makes sense. Now, before I move forward, I want to share 3 key benefits to your audience. And this is probably the most important thing. Why do ATM pages work so beautifully? I have visited a lot of different companies' ATM pages and they work. And I'm going to give you 3 key reasons why ATM works for your potential team members. This is the cover photo of the page I'm about to show you. Okay? It is We Build Dreams. And in just a second, I'm going to take you through it so you have an idea of what you're being added to. What is this recruiting funnel system that I'm being added to and how I'm going to use it? But here's the deal. Your audience, there's 3 things that benefit them most. And as we go through this page, I'm going to walk through what those are. So hang on, let me pull that up. You guys see in the page? Give me a thumbs up. Jen, do you see it? Perfect. All right. The first thing I want you to see, this is the page that my team started back in March of 2020. And we built it organically. And I'll tell you transparently, there was not a lot of business tools from the company. So we spent a lot of time putting together what we thought were important things for our prospects to know. Then this incredible group of sideline NMDs have come together to build on and to create this power, this synergy, this collective effort. Because you guys, when we work together, we work better. So imagine this, a potential team member comes to this page. The first thing that they're going to notice, outside of what we hope is it's aesthetically pleasing, is that there's 1.1 thousand team members or people in this group. That's what we call social proof. They go, oh my gosh, there's more than 1,000 people in this page. There must be something legitimate about what's going on here. So any of those naysayers any of those that are really not sure, that can be something that calms their nerves. The second thing that's important is everything is housed in this particular place. If you take a look, right there, we organize. I'm going to click on what's called the guides. And there are several guides on this page that are information and videos to almost all of the common questions you have or a potential team member has. Why the Juice Plus community? Who are we? Stories, our philanthropic efforts, our compensation structure, so that you can add someone to this page. You can tag them in several different areas for them to review the information. And this is leading to my third point, on their timing. It's called time blocking. How many times have you invited somebody to an event and they have said, you know, I can't come, I'm so sorry, my son's got a soccer game. And you're kind of like, well, I'll just wait and invite you to the next event. Everything they need is here. Everything that for them to collect information they can sift through when they're scrolling on their phone. And the last thing I'm going to share with you is this key point. This page will continuously support you. How many times have you done an event, the event is over, and then you have to chase them down? How many times do you follow up with somebody? Oh, I'm feeling weird, I don't want to be spammy. When they're added to this group and you follow the process that Jen's going to walk you through, you will never feel, and they will never feel, like you're chasing, convincing, or dragging. They're all part of this community. I have been told before that people can see themselves joining our community just by the content that is put into this page. So what will you see in the We Build Dreams? You are going to see, and I'll show you, go back to discussion, you're going to see us celebrating people promoting. This happens to be a team member of mine. I'm so excited for her under Rachel and JC, who just promoted to Partner Plus. People like to be a part of what's winning. That's exciting. You're going to see information and education about the business. You're going to see events. You're going to see contests. People like to win free things. You're going to see celebrations. You're going to see stories of people in our community. Guys, this is an all-encompassing one-stop shop so that we can confidently recruit anybody we want into our team. And so without further ado, as I scroll through, I'm going to transition to my best friend and partner in crime who has helped immensely with the foundation of this page. And I mean, just look at Jill Wagner's picture right there. How fun. Look at all of these great images. You guys are going to be added to if you're not. So Jen, I'm going to stop share and I'm going to turn it over to you.
Perfect. Jamie, thank you so much. This is awesome. Every time I see the page, I just get so excited, especially to collaborate with all of you, just the amazing teams and all of you that come with it. It is social proof. People, right? When you look at a post, when someone posts on, another post, what do? You read the comments. So you have to remember that people are paying attention. They may not say it right away, but they are truly paying attention. And it's been such a blessing to have this. I honestly had no idea if it would even work. I'll be very clear. I built my business also, like Jamie said, having live events, sending videos, setting up three-way calls, trying to connect them with Jamie. She's my best friend in upline. And I'm not saying, like Jamie said, don't do that, but it took a lot of time. I'm a mom of 4. I also teach preschool part-time, and my husband's a coach. So if you know coaches' wives, you know their lives are busy and crazy, and that's what I did. And I often found myself going, okay, I need to try to make this work. We've talked about it, I've heard about it. And then one of my dear friends, who's in another network marketing company, started sending me massive amounts of leads. She loved the product so much, but she's high up in her company, has no desire to open another business. Fine, rightfully so. And she said, I'll just send you a bunch of customers. And I said, great. Well, the first time she did it, I really didn't know these people. I had no idea what to say to them. I was trying to get to know them, but they were kind of ghosting me. I mean, why would they want to text back a stranger who just sent them 3 videos about Juice Plus? Not to mention, they didn't even know Jamie. right? And so it was just getting kind of weird. And I said, okay, we know about ATM. I've dabbled in it a little bit. I'm going all in. I'm going to go all in. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, you have to go all in for it to work. You can't just do it one time and then not with another person and be like, oh, that didn't really work. This is how it works. The ad tag part is pretty clear. That's the simple part. You've got someone who just says to you, yes, I'm really curious about what you do all the time. And you share with them a little bit about your day-to-day and the business that you own and how much you love it. And then I quickly say, but hey, listen, I've got an amazing group of a community of amazing people. It's a private page. Would you like for me to add you to that so that you can check out the information and see a little bit more? And ultimately, yeah, because that's easy. It's no event that they have to go to. They don't have to show up to a Zoom. And it meets them where they're at, like Jamie said. It completely meets them where they're at. 9 out of 10 people say yes, absolutely. I'm saying, because this is what I do. I add people to a group. I tag you in the pertinent information. And then I follow up with you with a series of messages with my dear friend, Jamie. And we kind of help guide you through exactly a good plan for you and your business. That's how it works. It's pretty simple. So adding them to the group makes sense, right? They say yes, I add them to the group. I then remind them to click join and I send them the link to the page just through Messenger. And a lot of times when you add them an invite, it'll give you a little share button up there and then you share it. You share it to Messenger, great. I then tag them. If they join right away, great. I tag them in a video, like what Jamie said. I go through the guides. I maybe find something that, you know, I know this person, or if I don't even really know this person, I just go to the announcement post and I tag them there. And guess what? When they're tagged there, they also will start to see all the other comments that are going on in this page. They're going to naturally see the celebrations, like Jamie said. Okay, so they're a part now. But I also immediately, this is the key, this part, the message part, is probably the most crucial part of the entire process. And I often say that my Kelly Ballard right now and Rachel and JC, I'm going to brag on them. You guys, if they message me, I mean, I don't know how many times, and it's like a good problem to have. I'll wake up in the morning and have 10 messengers of new people to meet, new business conversations. Just, it's amazing. It's so fun. So that messenger part, I'm going to share my screen and walk you through because that's crucial. The add and tag, I think we all get, but where people fall off is the messenger part. So there's kind of a two-step process. Can y'all see that right there? The message part? Perfect. I need to remind you that the customer prospect is the hero in Messenger, not you. In this process, I've learned through this business that their story is the story that matters. Not my story necessarily. It's not that I don't share my story, but their story is what we care about. And so what I've learned, and I was telling Jamie this today, people don't buy necessarily, quote unquote, the best products, even though I feel like I know we have the best product out there. I know we have the best business out there. Absolutely. But people will buy what they can understand the fastest, right? It's natural. The people that are lingering and they're confused and they're trying to listen to you and they're on a phone call and it starts to get really confusing, they're going to check out. It's just noise to them. It's like listening to Charlie Brown's, teacher. It just starts to become noise. And so what I've learned in the messenger is when you make them the hero and you focus on them, it works. So I immediately set up a 3 or 4-way, depending on who I need involved, with the prospect in my uplines. I introduce them both and I edify everyone. So I gave you kind of some verbiage of how when I add Jamie, a lot of times I use my own voice. And it only allows you on Messenger to record a minute, which is great because I could just probably talk for 10 minutes, but that's the beauty of it. It'll cut you off. So I would leave your first message to a minute. And a lot of times my same thing, Jamie probably hears it most days. Hey, Molly, just wanted you to meet Jamie. Jamie and I went to high school together, and she is the one who introduced us to Juice Plus because our pediatrician recommended it to her. We are now on a mission together to heal families ever since. And then I maybe say a few things about Jamie a little bit more, but if I'm typing it out, and she shared this business with me and immediately as well, because she knew I was swamped with medical bills. True story. If it wasn't for her, I would not be where we are financially today. True story. Jamie, meet Molly. She and I used to teach together in Plano, and she's hilarious and amazing. I miss her so much. She's a part of our We Build Dreams page now. It reminds her if she hasn't joined to go join it, and looking to build a dream of her own, maybe with us. That's your first step. And I want to make that clear. It's so important to introduce. And a lot of you, I'm going to stop sharing, and I can share this with other, I'm going to share the second step. Sometimes people say, I hear a lot, this is uncomfortable. I don't know if they want to be included in a message. I don't know if my friend, would appreciate this. Well, when you're clear up front that you're going to add, you're going to tag them, and you're going to message them, immediately that clear and that clarity for them is kind, you guys. It reminds them, and with a confidence in your voice, that this is your business. This is how you do your business. So they're going to do it, right? The customer, their story, they're like the character in the story. They have a problem. That's why you guys are discussing the business, and you are their guide. So as their guide, you're clear as this is how we go. This is how we do it. And this is the messenger part. Step 2. Let me get to my photos. I'm so proud of myself for sharing on an iPad. If Jamie and I wasn't sure if it's going to work. Here we are. 2, the upline response is crucial. So if you're an upline and you're like, I don't even know, I've got a new rep, and what would I even say back? Well, once again, the story is about them. They are the hero here. Molly, I'm excited to discover your needs and align what we have to be a solution for you. I'd love to briefly share some education so that we can guide you in the right direction. A few questions on my end to learn about you. Now, we listed about 4 questions. You don't have to do all 4 questions. We're not looking for them to sit and type out a novel back to you, but it's good to learn more about them. Tell me more about your family. How are y'all loving the products? Now, remember, Jamie doesn't know Molly, right? So she wants to learn more about Molly and what makes her tick, right? What's a typical day in the life for you? Tell me why today? What are you excited about? And discuss and learn. Earn more money from home and your sweats, meet a community of amazing people. Whatever makes sense for an upline to ask when meeting someone new and discussing the business, do that. Because what'll happen is, what happens often is Molly will say, oh gosh, we love the product. My kids cannot stop eating those gummies. And a typical day, gosh, I mean, I'm running around like crazy. I just don't know where I'd fit this time in. Like, is this what you guys do? And we're like, absolutely. We can help you and start talking to your friends. Or tell me why today. Well, actually, today my husband lost his job last week. So another stream of income, an extra, a couple thousand would be great. Then we immediately know exactly where we can start guiding them, right? Because we're the guiding them through their story and their business story. Our Eat and Share program is so simple. Jamie always ends it beautifully. She's a beautiful writer. I'm so grateful for her. So I can't wait to learn more about you, and maybe this business is a fit for you. This is exciting. And we kind of guide the conversation back and forth as the person starts to chat. Sometimes we have to add another person, and I can share these images. Sometimes we have to add another person. Sometimes we have to, go back to the group, the private Facebook group, and it'll start to feel, and you'll realize how to guide this person through their business story. And then you are also showing them how simple and easy it is to start their own business, because their story matters, and their business story, sometimes for a lot of us, is very hard to talk about. It is. I found it hard to talk about. We love the product. It helped a lot of us. It helped to heal us. That seems a little bit more natural. But when it comes to the business, it doesn't feel as natural for a lot of us. So this is a vehicle to help guide someone through their business story and introduce them to an amazing community. So Jamie, that's, I think, where we're at. We're almost out of time. So I want to allow questions or however you want to wrap this up.
One of the questions that I was scrolling through reading was, what if somebody is not on Facebook? How do we walk them through this process? Here's my response, okay? I know that there are some people that are jumping ship from Facebook. Totally respect that. And the process that you currently have in place, whether you send them a video, follow up, however you work with them, is probably going to be the method. The reality of the situation is, I would rather introduce somebody to our business and our systems in this way so that they can have the same level of success and simplicity, because trying to run a business any other way is very complicated. So our message is this, try to see if they're open. Hey, are you open? I know you're not on Facebook, but would you be open to the idea of joining? If not, then I can just send you materials, via text, what have you. So you just take them through your normal process if they're not open. But I will tell you, in my experience, I have come across very few people who were not already on Facebook or unwilling to do so. Okay, making sure. Why don't you go ahead and unmute yourself if you have any other questions? We have a lot of sample scripts.
Mary, do you want to move on?
We can, I
There's
think.
2.5 minutes left.
Oh, we'll just finish it.
Okay.
And we're going to be equipping your NMDs with those sample scripts of how to add, what can you say? But here's the thing, with our company launching the Social Media Academy, understand if you adhere to that and you start to create content online, you're going to have people ask you online. Most of you probably do. Hey, what is it, the product or the business? And at that point, that's how we just add people, tag, etc. You're out in public, people ask. Think of it as your next natural step is to put them into our community. Okay. I know we blew through this fast, 8:34. This kind of training, know that we will also be providing subsequent trainings on topics such as, what if I'm met with an objection? What if somebody ghosts me? How do I continue the messenger if it goes stale? These are things that have happened in our journey that we will continue to provide feedback. So are there any other questions? Any, you can unmute yourself. Okay, so here's a question I have for each of you. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, I really see value in this. I see how this can work in my life. 1 being, heck no, I'm staying away from it. In the chat button, I would love to see where you are. Because, Mary, I love it. Because usually if you're landing around a 4 or a 5, it just means you need more education. And that's what we're excited to do.
Okay, so I'm going to stop there, and we are going to move on to a couple of other things before we wrap up tonight. But basically, I do think what she was talking about is important to do, which is to evaluate where you're at. So after hearing what she shared tonight, you may, having a better evaluation of is going to help us to meet you where you are, help get any questions you have answered, help you learn a little bit more if that's needed, and just in regards to this, how it simplifies your business. So whatever that may be, we want to make sure everybody feels equipped to utilize this. And just as a reminder, we have 3 Facebook pages that we ATM on. We have, number 1, our team page, so Team Mini Champions. Number 2, we have our customer prospect pages. So everyone on Team Whole, underneath my NMD team, is going to be on the Wholeness Project, and everyone else within Mini Champions is on Lifestyles of Champions. So that is the customer prospect page. That's the second one. And those are for people that are prospects specifically looking at the product. Okay. This is a third page that's hitting on something we did not have. There was a gap here. What it is specifically a business prospect page. So it is specifically for people open to taking a peek at our community and our business. So people you add to this group are going to go so much farther in that conversation than they will if you only send them an isolated video link. So Mary, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Leah. All right. So we have a couple more topics that we really want you to dive into a little deeper. This was the biggest one, so we took the most time with it. But the next topic has to do with 100 conversations. Raise your hand or type in the chat if you're already doing it. Just say me. Put it in the chat while I screen share, because I'm going to show you how you do it if you want to. So can you all see my screen, all my messiness? So this is the Juice Plus Ditch the Pitch community, also on Facebook. You can join this community. And when you do, you can look for, doggone it, I don't know why it's doing that. You can look for this page, or you can search for what I want you to search for in the search bar right up here is 100 conversations. And when you do that, then it's going to give you an opportunity to actually have a sheet when you fill out. There we go. Oh, it's not opening. It will give you the Google sheet for that says 100 conversations on it. I think it's only going to let me share one thing at a time is what the problem is. So I do want to show you this though real quick. So this is the page. It looks like 100 conversations. So you go into that and that's how you get the page. Now I'm going to stop screen sharing. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to stop because we do have somebody on our team, Dushan. If you want to unmute yourself and talk to us real quickly about your experience with your 100 conversations.
Yes. Hey, everybody. Good evening. So I'm really excited about the 100 conversations simply because I feel like this is something everybody wants across the world. People are longing for real conversation. These days, everything is virtual, whether it's church, business, or whatever. So to actually have a phone conversation with someone, you wouldn't think it would be foreign, but it is. And so people are looking forward to it. I've been loving it. The most thing that I think I love the most about it is genuine conversation. Actually, having an authentic, real conversation. Some of these conversations have led to people wanting to learn more about Juice Plus, the business or the product. And some of these conversations have been something as simple as giving someone an encouragement just by listening to them, because they haven't had anyone do that. And so I really love that our company has taken the time to encourage us to genuinely connect with other people. And I think the Juice Plus company is about that. I think that's our values as a company. Relationships are everything. And I think it's us getting back to the beginnings of why this company was created, outside of providing people health solutions, but to simply actually create relationships. And so I'm excited for all the new people that I've been talking to, and some old customers, people who used to eat Juice Plus and kind of finding out what they're doing now and how I can best serve them, or even just encourage them into what they're doing and just talking about what's up. So I really appreciate the company for doing this. It's given me like a new zeal for my business and for my health journey. So just want to encourage you guys to jump on this as well.
Excellent, Dushan. Thank you so much. And if you all join the Ditch the Pitch page on Facebook, I think it's actually a challenge, and I think they're giving prizes. And one of the big things I wanted to tell you, we don't have a video about it, but Emily Otten, one of the new NMDs on stage this time, that's part of her story. She decided she was going to make 100 phone calls to get her structure in place for National Marketing Director. And I think she made about 50 phone calls and also made National Marketing Director. So it's pretty incredible. Dushan just told us the beauty of all that. So excellent, excellent stuff there. Thank you, Dushan. Leah, do you want to talk to us about Perform?
Yeah, so I actually am super excited. I know most of you on here probably already are very aware that our company released a new product. It's going to be open to the public December 15th. And if you haven't ordered Perform, I highly, 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 I cannot encourage you enough to go ahead and do it. And the reason is because this window of time that we have before it's open to the public is such an important time. I love that the company did it this way because it gives you a chance to experience the product yourself and create curiosity among people that, you know, are in your network that would really resonate and benefit from that specific product. And it's unique in our product line. So we are actually coming together, a few of us within Team SEMO, which is we're all under Christine Abril, came together and created a very, very simple and doable way for everybody to have some fun and engage together on social media with Perform. And when I say simple, I mean, we actually built this with the brand new person in mind. So if you're brand new, this is a simple way for you to be able to hop in on this with us too. And maybe you are incredible at social media and you're crushing it. You can also use this and scale it up, scale the ideas up to meet, you know, what you're already doing. So I believe I have Lauren Layton ready to show just a quick snapshot of what we're going to be encouraging everybody to do. And really, this is a 10-day story challenge where you're going to share on your stories different pictures and ways that you're using Perform, pictures of yourself using Perform to create buzz on your social media. Okay.
Can you guys see?
Yes.
It? Okay.
Okay, so we will forward that on the Vox chats, and actually we can post it on the Facebook page, the team page as well, so you can rewatch it. It's super short, and that way you could probably hear the audio even better. But that specifically is just for us within the team to create some excitement around this 10-day challenge, and we will post the details on the Facebook page. You can tag your people in it. This is just a super fun way to be able to engage and showcase how you're utilizing the product, maybe some facts and interesting, like unique aspects of Perform that can help create curiosity and really even give you an opportunity to invite people to be on your pre-launch list, people that actually want to know, like, hey, when is it releasing? Or maybe you do something special for those people where they get kind of an in on some of the information that you know about Perform. So that's something that you will see coming very soon on the Facebook page.
Yes, and there's going to be, here's mine right here, cherries and banana and almond milk, tasty. So get you some Perform, share the Perform. And if you don't know how to use stories, I'm not very good at it either. Let's all do this thing. It's going to be fun and money prizes. So check out the announcement and the tags and the Team Mini Champions. All right. Customer appreciation event. This is a big event we're going to have at the end of the month. How many of you love to appreciate your customers? Raise your hand if you do. All right. So I'm going to share real quick again. So mark your calendars for November 29th. Hopefully this will let me share this bigger. There we go. Juice Plus Customer Appreciation. The purpose is to appreciate our customers for trusting us to serve them in their health journey. Invite them to our customer appreciation Zoom number, the 29th, prizes for all attendees. The goal is a live connection with each of your customers in November So remember, we're doing 100 conversations, Zoom, FaceTime, phone, in person. Those conversations will fit into that initiative. And then here are the details. Experience what's new, hear incredible health stories. This is what's in it for them. We're going to have prizes. We're going to peek into what's next. So we're going to tell them about the Perform and let them know how thankful we are to them and appreciate their commitment to their health and their family. The Monday night and Zoom, and just be on alert. We may change the password because I'd like to go live in Facebook for this too. So that's what we got going on. Did you want to add anything, Leah? Could you guys see that? Was I sharing it? I don't think I was sharing it, was I?
The first image. There you go.
All right, so that's it. I don't know. I should have put this in PowerPoint. So that's what they're going to do. Did you want to add anything, Leah?
Well, this is on the Team Mini Champions Facebook page. It was posted, I think, last Thursday or Friday. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can go on the feed and you can pull the images up. But again, what we're wanting to do is to give the team one simple focus that we can do together. And this month is customer appreciation. And so those images will just give you what you need to participate. And all of it falls into the 100 conversations that Mary mentioned earlier, which is also awesome. So yeah.
And also builds into the announcement for Perform. So it's all goes hand in hand. Awesome. Thank you, Leah. We want to talk real quick about something that has changed our businesses, several of ours, GoPro Academy. And they have every year, Eric Worre has an academy. This year it's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, or the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, of December. So we got a couple people going to talk about that real quick, and we've got tickets for $97. And we'd love to have your commitment by Monday for sure. So I think we're going to hear from Amy Ibarra. Is that right, Amy?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, I am super excited for the GoPro Academy. I did it last year and really didn't know what I was getting into. And although it was going to be, a three very long days, and it really did change my life. We have multiple businesses. And so it poured into every one of our businesses, which really just blessed me. It wasn't just an investment in my Juice Plus business. It was an investment in my life and the other businesses that we had. So I feel like there's so many things that we received in personal development and just business and finance and our products. I would pay way more than $97 to be a part of that. So I highly suggest anybody that is interested in growing their businesses next year, which I am sure all of you are if you're on the call tonight. And if you cannot get on all 3 days, any of it will bless you, and especially for the $97. So that's what I got to say, Mary.
Okay, and I just want to invite all of you that want to come to Branson, you can come to my house. So message me privately. I think we're supposed to hear from somebody else, and I think her name might be Lauren.
Yeah, so I have gotten the privilege to attend a couple different Eric Worre events, but I believe last year was the first time that I got to attend this particular event, and it literally blew my mind. It really is unlike any other event that I have been to in this space. It's unique because it's all different companies, all different ages of people, all different countries. It really is probably the single most event that has opened my eyes to just how big this can be and how many people can be impacted. And I mean, the trainers are just amazing. You learn so much, and it's always really fun. Like, I just am always blown away with how professional all of his events are. And that's what he talks about. I mean, that's what Eric Worre talks about so much. It's just about how our business, we are professionals and we need to view ourselves that way. So I totally recommend that you guys do it. It's definitely worth it.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you so much, Lauren. All right. And we're going to close up tonight talking about something called the collective. Lee, you want to give us a little background and talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so just in brief, what some of the leaders came together. This came up when we were at our beach retreat about a month or so ago. And that is the need to have higher level investment and mentorship in rising leaders. And that could be any of you at any point in time. And one of the things that we have learned actually through our GoPro accelerator program, those of us that did that this year, is how important it is to have specific investment. And those of us who are NMDs and some of you who are Qs have experienced this occasionally too, but we have an incredible monthly NMD call with Christine April, and it just adds honestly so much value to who we are as a whole person. Like every time I get on, I am blown away at the things that we talk about, what comes out of it, the vulnerability that people express and bring to the table. It really has been such an anchor for me personally in my journey in this business. And we want to provide something like that for those of you who are really moving into leadership in different forms. And so to get started, we're calling it the Collective. And to get the initial class, if you will, is going to be one class that includes, in the future, we may break this up into different forms, but right now it's going to be one full class of anyone who has a qualified business or higher. So if you're on this call, you have a qualified business or above, you most likely have already gotten an invite to be a part of the Collective starting next Monday. And our first class, if you will, is going to be 4 weeks. I'm super excited about it personally. We will have another class starting in January. We won't be meeting indefinitely. So these classes will be very intentional. The timeframes will be temporary. And they will be very, very specific on what it is we're going to be diving into together to add value to everyone. So when you get started in your business, you learn all the basic things that you want to wash, rinse, and repeat all, through the rest of your business journey. I'm still doing the things I learned in the beginning every day. But as you move forward, there are going to be other things that you need. And that's what this is for, so that you have someone and some people's and one another pouring into you to shape your journey. And that's really what this is about. And I'm really excited for those of you that are going to be a part of it. So that's, Mary, you may want to add a little bit of any other like logistics to it. But the last thing I want to say about it is if you aren't a qualifier yet, you could be by January. So you could be by the time we open the next class. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I think you covered everything. Be on the lookout. If in fact this is for you, the Collectives, the Dream Builder page, all of the things we talked about, get with your sponsor, your upline, Leah, myself, Allison, whoever you connect with, and let us know that's what you want. And we'll make sure you know all the details. So I just want to thank you all for hanging with us. We were in here for a little while tonight, but honestly, I miss this kind of learning a lot. So thank you. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, Allison. Allison had I just want to tell you, she had her last and final class with the big homeopathy teacher was tonight, and they weren't recording. And so that's where she's at. So we are recording. So look out for the recording in case you have somebody you want to share this with. And I just hope you have the most blessed week ever. So go out there and talk to more people in more places more often and have a lot of fun. Thanks, everybody. And good night.
Good night, everyone.